The MMA India Show.
Welcome everyone to yet another show. Today I have a very special guest with me, Bryan Barberena, who picked up a big win this past weekend at UFC Fight Night 135, UFC Fight Night Lincoln. Thank you once again, Bryan, for joining us.
Yeah, thanks again for having me on. I appreciate it.
Just got to ask you, I mean, it was a big win, first round, TKO. How have you been since? What's going on after you returned from Lincoln?
Yeah, it was a big win. Happy to be home and celebrate with my wife and kids and family, and just really enjoy time with them. Having some little bit of back issues happened in the fight. After the fight, I started feeling some little bit of back pain. I don't know if I strained something, but gonna get that looked at. Hopefully nothing too serious, and then look to fighting right away again, and hopefully get something booked for early December.
All right, I wanted to ask you about that because you mentioned something with your back during the post-fight interviews. Did you get that checked out? What happened during the fight?
I don't really know what happened. It's just like when I went in for the finish, and then I finished and everything. Did my little celebration and everything, and just like as I started to cool down afterwards, they announced me as the winner, and through my interview, I just started feeling like a little pulling and a little bit of pain, and by the time I got to the back, it was a little more pain. So it's just something I need to get checked out. I'm in talks with the UFC, working on scheduling a doctor appointment right now. So I'm just hoping it's nothing serious, maybe just a pull muscle or something, and then get back to fighting right away.
All right, fantastic. And the other thing that you mentioned during the post-fight interviews, which was kind of interesting, was that you said you did not bring your family to Lincoln for the fight?
No, just my wife came to Lincoln. My kids have actually only been to one of my UFC fights. That was the one in Nashville where I beat Joe Proctor.
Right.
And we were really debating about bringing them this time and really wanted to. And then just me being gone for camp and being gone so long, I was just so emotional talking to them and being away from them. And, that I wanted to see him so much, but I also didn't want it to affect my performance, being so emotional. So we decided for them to watch at home this time, and then I'd come celebrate at home after I get the win.
All right, because a lot of fighters kind of have different feelings, I suppose, because we have seen a lot of fighters bringing their kids down for the fight week, staying with them throughout the entire period. Did you ever feel like doing that, or is it the opposite feeling for you?
Oh, yeah, I love having my kids there. My kids the thing is my kids used to be there every day with me in the gym, so every practice, every strength conditioning, leading up to every fight, they were there every day with me. So when they came to the one in Nashville, it was just another day. It was nothing new. They've been there the whole time. So I love having my kids around. I'd love to bring my kids to every single fight. Flights and money costs, that adds up and gets expensive. So we got to make decisions on which ones they go to that are affordable for us. But being gone for camp so long, like I said, I was really emotional being away. It was really hard for me, really hard for my kids, my family. And so we didn't want the emotions to affect the fight at all, just being so emotional. So we decided just to wait, and we knew we were going to come home to celebrate. So.
All right, fantastic. And what are you doing right now? I mean, you're outdoors, obviously. Are you going for a run, or what's going on?
No, actually, just tending to the farm here, tending to the ranch. I got to get some mowing done. So, just out here soaking up these sun rays, for the day, getting some energy, working my tan, and just enjoying my time here.
Right, and how does that help you? I mean, obviously, that kind of gives you the space, I guess, when you're not in a training camp, moving to a farm. How does that impact you as a person and as an athlete?
It's something I dreamt of for a long time when I was a kid, and now that it's coming true, and it's even better that now it's my wife has the same dream now, and we wanted to start this for our kids and raise our kids in a different environment, and this kind of life, and grow up a little bit differently and learn, some valuable life lessons and stuff. So
It reflects in your performance as well, because it did not look like you were out for nearly a year, because your last fight, if I remember, was last year in September. So it's almost a year. It did not look like that. So do you think everything just clicked when you walked inside the octagon?
Yeah, I've had some long layoffs before in my career, earlier in my career, and I've never had any problem bouncing back. I've always felt like I'm one of those guys that, I don't necessarily believe in ring rust or anything. So, it's one of those things. I go in there and I train like I fight. So when I go into the gym and stuff, I have a lot of wars there sometimes, and I know when to pick it up and I know when to be smart about it and everything. So we definitely train like a fight sometimes, and just ready for that. And definitely living out here, I'm really happy. And when I was able to, after recovery and able to do certain things around the farm, I'm busting my butt out here working. And, that's helping too. I think the working muscles that I have never worked before, getting sore in places I've never been sore, and then add that into training and everything. And, I work hard when I'm in camp, and I work hard when I'm outside of camp. So it's just a lifestyle, and I try to work as hard as I can to get the things that I want.
Phenomenal. And walking into the cage, you were going into the enemy territory, so to say, because that was the home state of Ellenberger, and obviously he had a lot of support. The other thing was the crowd booed you if you actually pay attention to what was going on. So did that kind of affect you before the fight? Did you say, you know what, I'm going to prove a point right now?
No, not at all. I said this in some past interviews, but it's all just noise. And when I walk out and when I'm in the cage and stuff, I don't hear that noise. It's all silent to me. And then, I don't hear all that noise till afterwards. But someone did tell me that they booed me, and I was kind of surprised just because, I fought in a bigger arena in front of more hostile, you can say hostile fans or whatever that people would say in Brazil. And, they didn't boo me. So I was kind of surprised. But, it's whatever. That was their hometown kid. And, they have a lot of support for him, and I do nothing but respect that. So hopefully I just gained some fans that night, and they realized that, I was just there to take care of business.
Right, absolutely. And you mentioned that you've been in wars in your gyms previously. With the injury that you had before the fight, how difficult was it for you mentally and physically to get back inside the training camp, to once again spar, to get things going for you?
It was kind of tough. The surgery, in my mind, I had it, it was going to be a quick turnaround. I was going to get the surgery done, and then I'd be able to, 3 months later, I'd be able to get a fight and fight. And it didn't happen like that. It ended up taking way longer. The surgery was a lot worse. There was the whole break, and the tears in my tendons were a lot worse. So there's more recovery to do. And so I couldn't walk for a long time. So I put on a lot of weight. And then just getting back to it was slow, and I had to be careful not to overwork myself and not push too hard to strain it and make it worse and have to wait longer. So it was definitely a learning process as far as training smarter and listening to my body more. But I had a great team around me. I had great people around me who were helping me get through the process and helping me succeed and get to where I wanted to be. So without my team, my training partners, I definitely wouldn't have been able to get to the fight and even in shape enough to the fight. So they got me ready, and I was feeling great walking in.
Phenomenal. And we've seen something with a lot of top-level fighters before, where they suffer a loss and then they get injured, and that takes an emotional toll on them. How difficult was it to kind of get over that and get back into the cage?
For me, I kind of took it as a blessing in disguise, honestly. After the fight and finding out about the injury, we had made the move to Tennessee and, bought property. And, with that process of having to be off of fighting and not even being able to train because I can't even walk, we were able to move into our house. I was able to get settled in here with my kids and my wife and, be able to help adjust with them into the new school and with, get animals, and get that all started and kind of put things together here. And so I got the time to really, be with my family and everything. And I think that really helped me, on the emotional side and being, knowing that I already knew this, but for everybody else, there's greater things than fighting. And, I'm a father and husband first, and that's the most important. And so, great things are great at home and having a great time and enjoying it. And it just transfers over, me being so happy transfers over to my training, transfers over to my fights. And going into the cage, there was no emotional or no worry in my mind that I wasn't ready. I was 100% ready, feeling great, and I knew I was going to win.
Fantastic to hear that. So talking about the fight itself now, it kind of seemed odd because it felt like Ellenberger was already out on his feet the first time you connected. So after you probably got up and then he fell down again, did you kind of know by that point that you had the fight won?
I knew as soon as I rocked him that the fight was going to be over soon, So the fact that he sprawled and got up again, I wasn't expecting him to fall right back down on the next punch. I was expecting to hit him one more time, put him completely out. But, he fell on the first punch and it just needed to finish up. So I wasn't really, expecting anything else. I was expecting once I started laying hands on him, it's gonna be a short night.
Right, and after the fight, you called out Donald Cerrone. Do you think that's the fight that's going to put your name in the title contention?
I didn't necessarily. I called out Donald Cerrone, yes, but I called out Mike Perry as well.
Right.
They're fighting. They have a fight booked. It's a fight that I'd be willing to step in for any guy who fell out. It's a fight I like. I like either matchup. I think we could put on a fun, exciting fight, and I'd love to fight either one of those guys. Respect both of them, but I'd love to fight any of them. So I'm not really worried about. To be honest, I'm not worried about title contention. I'm not worried about rankings. Right now in life and where I'm at right now, I don't really care. It's it's been proven already that a lot of that stuff doesn't really mean crap. You just fight, you put on good shows, you win, you'll get the title shot. That's all you got to do. So I'm not worried about rankings, not worried about who's going to be number one contender so I can beat them and then get a title shot. If I just win fights and put on exciting fights, I'm going to be the one with the title shot. So.
Right, absolutely. And I'm just interested in getting your thoughts on the main event of UFC 228. Obviously, it's for the welterweight title. Who do you think has the edge between Woodley and Till?
Till's a big guy. Hopefully he makes weight. I know they have people in line ready to take his spot or whatever. So, whatever it is, hopefully he makes weight. Best of luck to him. Best of luck to Woodley. I think, I got Woodley winning, but that's just me, in my opinion. They're both good guys. They both have strengths in different places. So it's going to be an exciting fight, and I can't wait to watch.
Right, and as you said, you're still waiting to get your back check. Are you targeting December for your next fight? Do you have a specific timeline in your mind that you say this is when that's probably going to happen?
Yeah, I don't know what events are in December right now, but I am targeting December, early December to mid-December, before Christmas. So, that's my goal. I want to get on a card that's right before Christmas, anytime early December. I'll be ready to go.
All right, fantastic. So one final question for you, Bryan. Obviously, you are enjoying the sun. You're enjoying your win. What's next for you?
Spend time with my family, my wife and kids, really enjoying time with them, giving them the most attention right now, and that's the most important thing. I've been away for a month, and that's been really hard, so I'm going to enjoy my time with them and have some fun, and then, when it comes time to buckle down and get ready for a fight, I'll be doing that again as well, but you can count on me still training, still being ready, and just enjoying my family.
Are there any other outside projects that you're working on at the moment?
Well, we just got some goats, so we're kind of putting together another goat house. We got one built up that my wife actually built while I was gone and put it together. So, she's been holding down the fort and getting things done here. So, just help build another. We got another house to build and some more goats to get. And there's always endless projects here, man. There's always something to do.
All right, brilliant to hear that. So thank you once again, Bryan. It's been a pleasure, obviously. Congratulations on the big win once again, and we cannot wait to see you back inside the octagon soon.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. Thanks for having me on. Thanks for everybody who watched and enjoys watching my fights. I look forward to putting on more shows for you guys.
Thank you once again, sir. Have a great day.
Thank you. You too.